Hey, Kimberly. I don't think Kimberly's there anymore. Let's see who we got jumping on today. It is Relationship Chronicles Day. What did I do with my glasses? I have not been able to find my glasses for a couple of days now. So I'm going to wait and see who joins me. Hey, Aisha, how are you doing today, sweetie? How are you doing, my love? So we back on our Relationship Chronicles today. Hi, Shelly Belly. Hi, Shelly Bell. I hope I pronounced that properly. Yes, I am well too. Hey, him. How y'all doing today? So today we are back on our Relationship Chronicles. Hey, Brittany. How are you? Hey, Kelly, you made it. I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Tanya. Oh, Tanya, excuse the retrograde. I'm going to attempt to upload your video and Jasmine's video again today. This retrograde energy has been a little weird. Okay, so I'm going to attempt it today. All right, so I apologize about the delay. All right. Excuse the delay. Who else we got in here? What signs do we have in the chat today? I know we got some Capricorns because my Capricorn crew is in. Hey, Sam, how are you? I know my Capricorn crew is in. We got Leo. Okay. Yep, Scorpio in the house. Hey, Carla, how are you? So today, y'all, we're continuing our Relationship Chronicles, and we're talking about when do you stay. Hey, Ashley, how are you? When do you stay and when do you go? When do you know it's time to stay and work things out, or when do you know it's time to go? Okay, so I am answering questions today, but it is going to be via you making a donation of $20. If you're interested, that information is in the description box below. You can also take advantage of the monthly specials if you would like to have a one-on-one intuitive reading / coaching session with me. Okay. Yesterday, I felt like we had a really good chat yesterday. So today I want to continue the conversation because it's all about healing, and we talked about the energy that we're coming into. The sun is going into Pisces on the 22nd, which is Saturday. Hey, Latasha. The sun is going into Pisces, which is Saturday, right? The new moon is happening in Pisces, which is Sunday, right? Tomorrow, which is the 20th, we have Kelly's here. How are you, Kelly Kels? We sending Kelly Kels a lot of positive energy today. She's starting a new venture today, so I'm gonna send her a lot of fun, loving energy. All right, no fuckery today. Everything is gonna be smooth, Kelly Kels. Okay, we got the two Kelly Kels in the house, the two Capricorn Kelly Kels. So today we're talking about when do you know it's time to stay versus let go. All right. And can I tell y'all, like, I just got off the phone. And I got some news that I did not necessarily want to hear. See, there go my next Kelly. I got some news I did not want to hear. And the news was kind of disappointing, right? The news was kind of disappointing. And my first human response is shit. Should I just go smoke my ass a joint and sit down and watch some Netflix? Like, that's just how I felt. I just felt like I don't want to be bothered with nobody, I just need to mellow myself out. But I decided to jump on and chop it up with you guys because every time I get on and I come into this community, I feel a lot lighter. I feel a lot better. So we're going to get into it today. I was at the supermarket earlier today. Latasha said, keep it all the way real. Latasha, hunte. Okay, let me just say. Yes, let me just let me just say. What did Kelly say? Did Kelly say something smart? Okay, I thought Kelly said something smart. All right. Latasha, listen. It is what it is. I went to the supermarket earlier today to get dinner stuff, and I went with my. Oh yeah, Kelly's got to be professional. um, and I went to the supermarket with my neighbor today, and we got into this conversation. And she's about 8 months, no, maybe 8.5 months pregnant. She's just about to give birth. And she was explaining to me, that she's having some difficulties. Okay, sweetie. All right, call me after you're finished. She's about to, they're having some difficulties in a relationship, and she's been telling him lately, like, if he wants sex, he needs to go outside, and find somebody else. To sleep with. She's like, I really don't want to sleep with him. I just keep telling him that he needs to go outside and he needs to find someone, that he can have sex with. Okay. It's officially Pisces season, Michael. Really? I thought Pisces season was the I thought Pisces season. Yeah, my thing says the 22nd. But you know what? Hey, I love my Pisces. I got a Pisces. I got a 12-year-old Pisces. So he's counting down his birthday. Trust. I already got a list. Okay. So my neighbor said she told her boyfriend, who's also about to be the father of her daughter. She's been telling him lately that, I don't feel like having sex, and I get it because she's 8.5 months pregnant, You're a Pisces too, Michael. See, there you go. She's 8.5 months pregnant, and she feel like she's not in the place where she wants to have sex. And outside of all of the other issues that they're having in the relationship, she's been telling him, go ahead, you can go have sex with somebody else. All right. And I am not here to judge. Okay. Which pondered the question to me today when we talk about relationship chronicles. When do you know it's time for you to stay and work things out versus it's time for you to leave? Right. Now, me personally, just speaking as a woman, I feel like once I no longer want to have sex with the person I love or have loved or in a relationship. Hey, Trudy. Hey, Mama, I haven't seen you in a minute. I miss you, huh? How have you been? So I haven't seen Mona Maya, Hit Mama, and No Longer Sleep. That man not gonna do that. Okay, so you're not going to see. Yeah, see. So when do you know it's time for you to leave? I would think it's time for you to leave when you don't want to have sex with the person you're with anymore. I would think, and especially speaking from a female point of view, this is how I know it's time for me to leave, right? If I start disrespecting you, like I just don't care what comes out of my mouth and I just speak to you however I want to and it's very disrespectful, I know it's time for me to leave, right? If I do not want to sleep with you, yeah, then I know definitely it is time for me to go, okay? Because I am a very intimate, like I like that intimacy. So if we're not having sex, then it's time for me to go. Yes, Brittany, it needs to be emotional and physical, okay? So if I get to the point where having sex with you or touching you crawls my skin, it's time for me to go. It's no working that out, right? Personally, if I start getting because I'm not a cheater, right? But if I feel like I'm starting to entertain looks, I know I'm out the door. Because when I start to entertain looks, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. When I start to entertain anything else, that means that I have emotionally, mentally, and physically disconnected. Now, I have matured enough to tell you that before I start to look the other way, but when I was younger, I would break up with you emotionally, mentally, and physically before I literally said the words, okay? And you would know that because I'm a Scorpio. I can't hide shit, so you would know it based on the way I treated you or based on what I said on my comments, right? If I feel like that, I can't see. Yeah. Okay. Now, the interesting thing is, Latasha, some people stay. Some people stay in relationships even though they know they are no longer happy, right? Why do we do that? Why do we stay in relationships that we know is no longer working and we're no longer happy? Or the opposite. Or it could be the opposite. Why do we run when we know we should stay and work things out, right? Oh, yep. Shell Bell, I do that too. If I shut down, I do that too. I'm not talking. Fear. Okay. Ashley said fear. Okay. Ashley said fear. A lot of because you have to understand this happens not just on you knowing it's time for you to let something go. What also happens is you knowing that you're supposed to stay in a relationship and really work it out, right? But for fear or insecurity or not wanting to put in the work, or for unforgiveness in your heart, you choose to leave, right? So the way that energy is working in this new time frame that we're having, codependent. Okay, we got some good stuff coming up in here. Now, it's interesting you said codependent, Trudy, because a lot of people don't understand that codependency doesn't necessarily have anything to do with a physical substance like a drug substance. You can be codependent on someone emotionally. You could be codependent on someone to make you feel pretty. So that's emotional codependence. You could be codependent on someone financially. Okay. So that's the motherfuckers that just wants you to pay all the bills and don't want to do shit. Okay. You could be codependent on someone mentally, right? You need this person to always be there to help you with paperwork or whatever it is because you don't like to tackle, the heavy shit on your own, okay? Now, I have this client slash friend, and we had a session one time where, he's 43 and he admitted to me, no, he's 44 now. And he admitted to me at the age of 44, y'all, that he does not know what love is. He has never been in love. He's never been in love. Never been in love, right? He's never been in love, but he's been married over 17 plus years. So he's currently in a marriage. He's been married for 17 plus years, y'all, right? And he's never been in love. Okay, never ever been in love, but he's been married for 17 years. That's what did they say? That's the cheaper to keeper type thing situation, right? Because part of his fear, one is financially. We've been together so long. I don't want to financially, I don't want to financially split and have to give her all this money, right? Okay, see? Yeah, he don't want to financially split and have to give her all this money. However, the backside of that is spiritually and emotionally, can I say something to y'all? It's draining this man. It is draining this man, okay? One, he's not faithful in the relationship, so he's not happy, so he cheats, okay? Right? He cheats. He's not happy, so he cheats, right? And because he doesn't know what love is, he's still cheating, seeking for that thing that he's looking for, and still not able to get it from the other women. So I'm gonna give y'all a backstory, right? So we not gonna, I'm not gonna give names. I'm even gonna change his zodiac. So let's go with his moon sign. His moon sign is a Taurus. Let's call him Mr. Taurus, right? So Mr. Taurus is very structured, very stable. Mr. Taurus is also very, very successful, okay? But Mr. Taurus has been in this marriage for 17 plus years where he's not happy and he's never been in love. So he married this woman knowing that he did not love this woman. And he was clear about why he married this woman in the session. He married this woman because it was linked to money, it looked great on paper. So pay attention to why you get into relationships, okay? This is not the season for you to jump into relationships if you don't truly know who you are. Because and then another thing he pointed out in the session is he can't be alone. He can't be alone. So he would need to either establish something on his way out of a relationship, or he would need to have something, quickly after. He does not like to be alone. So when you have someone that's codependent on another person emotionally, physically, right? You can see yourself in long-term relationships where they're not happy. So he gets into the third party situation, y'all, right? And I remember we had a situation because he had me to give the he had me to give the mistress a reading, okay? Now, I don't judge, okay? I'm going to tell you what you're doing is fucked up and it's fuckery. Like, so we going, so be straight about that. We had those conversations like, dude, what you're doing is fucked up. And I'm going to tell you why that's not going to work. So we had all of these conversations, okay? All of you see that same mindset? Sam said her ex had the same. She said, Hit Mama, there's been a lot of breakups. We taught that energy. We are in the end of a zodiac calendar year, right? So the end of the zodiac calendar year is coming in with Pisces. Everything that's been going on for the past 11 months, when you get to Pisces season, this is a way for you to understand and really get rid of the shit that you no longer need, right? When you come into Aries season, Hit Mama, we are in a new zodiac calendar. So you really should be entering spring like an Aries season with light, no baggage, just releasing. So a lot of people that have already chosen their timeline, even back to when Saturn went direct, you're now starting to see that effects unfold in front of you, okay? And sometimes when you've been with somebody for a long time, breakups can take months, maybe even a year. It doesn't, I feel like the longer you've been with someone, the longer, the more intense or, you know, messy a breakup can be depending on what went down. So back to Mr. Taurus, okay? So Mr. Taurus married, cheated, so he had me give the mistress a reading, okay? And even with the situation with the wife, I gave, like, didn't give the wife a personal reading, but I also gave him some background on the wife. And I've been a wife too, so obviously I'm gonna tell you the shit that you're doing is fucked up. Give the mistress the reading. Now, these are two things that you have to be careful, ladies, if, and even men, when you're going into a third party situation, right? Right off the bat, please understand that third party situations, just energetically, they energetically, after a while, they're not going to be able to be sustained, okay? You need a negative and a positive charge for energy to be able to flow, right? So if the male is the positive charge, right, and we're just talking in terms here, which sends off the spark, right? Hit mama last weekend. I quit up. See? Oh, do you feel lighter? Do you feel lighter, Sherelle Bell? Do you feel lighter? Because that feels like you just, yeah, yeah, yeah. After he told me he never, see, yep. Because some people don't know what love is, Sam. Some people don't know what love is because Mr. Taurus got involved with the with the mistress. Now, the mistress, you see, and you have to be so fucking careful. You have to be so careful. Okay, you have to be so careful. The mistress wheeled him in by saying, yep, the mistress wheeled them in by saying that she was interested in a relationship where they themselves could bring a third party woman in, right? So now this is already messy. So now we're not talking about just you and the wife. We're not talking about you, the mistress, and another extra party. Okay, so now it's a total of four. Remember yesterday we talked about that sexual energy and how you can pick up other people's energy, like, hey, I am Satan, how are you? How are you? Just don't do no fuckery. I am Satan. I'm gonna have to block you. Like, that's the only thing I ask is be respectful, right? That's all. Like, be respectful and we good, okay? Because I know Satan actually means Saturn. So, like, I'm good. I understand the mysticism behind that. But once you're respectful, you can stay and you can join, all right? So, now we have three women he's entertaining, right? Now it's four people in this relationship, okay? So you can't even work on a marriage because you already say you've never been in love. So there's no energy going towards the marriage at this point, right? No energy going towards the marriage at this point. That's so fucking messy. Now you have the mistress, and the mistress now wants to add a third party to this situation. And this is real talk. This is happening in a fucking session. Like, I'm telling you, I'm having these conversations behind the scenes, okay? So I give the mistress a reading, right? Now he wants to be a part of the reading. Now, first of all, me personally, if I'm getting a personal reading, I don't want my babes to be in my reading. Because if the reader want to tell me some shit about you, I don't want you to know what the reader got to say. You understand what I'm saying? So, but okay, she, okay, and anybody that has had a personal reading with me know that I just dish it out like I see it. Like, I don't hold bars. I tell you what it is. In the reading, I specifically told this lady, maybe, in between the lines, you are giving this man too much power and too much freedom. It's too much. You're giving this man too much power and too much freedom, and you know that. Can I tell you right now? When you open up yourself to a situation like that, the same lady that they were interviewing to add to the situation was going behind talking to him and saying she was okay with entertaining their third party situation. That, remember, the wife is not even included in this. This is him, the mistress, and the other person. But she needs to be able to sample him first. Can I say this seemed like some love hip hop type shit? Like like even telling the story like this is some love hip hop type shit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 She- oh, now Bella is saying, well, wait, what? I, I'm telling y'all, yes, I'm telling y'all, like, this is real talk. I'm laughing because, now that I'm thinking back, it's funny. I'm laughing because I don't know why I'm laughing. It just seemed like this is really like this shit happens, y'all. This is not just reality TV. This shit is happening behind the scenes, right? And this is why you know this. Okay, now real talk. This is why you need to know yourself. I don't care if you're a man. I don't care if you're a woman. This is why you need to know yourself. This is why you need to know what you're bringing to the table. This is, see, there you go. Sam. Okay, Sam. So now he comes to me and he's like, okay, well, how you think I should handle it? I said, first of all, the mistress, she's intuitive, okay, because she's gifted too. So she's already picking up that somebody's sniffing around, which I was. I said, and second of all, that's messy, dude. Like, why even put yourself in a situation like that? That is so messy. And his response was like, you're right, I know, but I'm selfish. Okay? I know you're right, but I'm selfish. And this is coming from a man that has never loved. And this is why people need to understand it's important for you to be and know who you are. Because if you getting involved with people and this is the level that they're operating in and they don't know who they are and I'm not telling this is a nice guy. This is a nice guy, but there's still women, thank you, Trudy. There's still women that would tolerate that stuff. There's still women that would deal with that stuff. So when you're getting these men and they putting this shit out there, trust me, there are women that's doing this shit. Right? And I feel like at what point do we start valuing ourselves? Right? So let me rewind and just fast track on how all of this unfolded at the end, okay? Because I knew this relationship wasn't gonna last. And we had several sessions where I did tell him that this was not gonna last. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like I probably dressed it in a pretty pink bow. I probably delivered it with a box of chocolate in these sessions, because the one thing that you don't do in your sessions is break another person down, right? So I did code it nicely, like with things like within the next 6 months, your social life and your romantic life will not be the same. And some of the, personalities that you're entertaining now, they're going to be different. So I would say things like that, right? Without saying, dude, like, this is a fucking mess and it's going to end in a fucking mess. Like, I wouldn't say shit like that. Well, no, I'm lying. He my friend. So, there may have been situations that I did say that to him, right? Long story short, he is now split with the mistress, okay? He's split with the mistress. He's still with the wife, but he's still not happy, right? Now he's depressed. So now we're working through that. Right? Now he's depressed because we're working through that. He had a session when back in September, guys, when we were talking about timelines and making your choices. He had a session and I explained to him why it was important for him to make the decisions to release what was not working for him. And we talked about all of the shit that I've been putting out in these videos. We talked about that. I talked about why you needed to do this, and it was important for you to do this because there was depression. There was so much things we talked about with the energy. So right now, he chose to stay in the old timeline and repeat the old things. So right now, he's going through some depression and some isolation, and that's what we're working through, okay? So on the back end, that's where he is now. The mistress is not. Now, the interesting thing about that is the mistress is still in the picture because they work together. See, this is a messy situation. This is a messy situation. Uh-huh. Okay, so now and that's another thing. I talked about that, I think, in a daily vibration caller where I talked about the 9 of Swords energy, which I think I call that my mental black magic card. And caller, I've been having a lot of clients. We've been talking about that where they've been feeling old energy of past lovers and like recent breakups. maybe within the past year or 2 years, pulling on them, right? I want you guys to understand something about black magic and how it works, okay? And then I'm also going to jump in and let me clue y'all into some shit. Let me just give y'all some information so y'all can understand, because we dead smack in Pisces. It's about to be a lot of emotional energy with all of this Piscean energy. So let me just clue y'all into some shit. We're going to sidebar to some black magic shit right here real quick so y'all can get this right. You do not only have to go to, see, now, Sherry, that's going to help you, Sherry, and I'm going to tell you why that's going to help you, okay? You do not only have to go to a person that knows the art of magic, okay? I have been studying these things. Yep, they're true to go. It's a mindset, okay? You practice magic every day. Every day you practice magic, okay? If you have thought of a person and that phone rings, that's telepathic magic. You're practicing magic. So everything falls into a category. So please understand that you practice magic every day. Everything that you think is phenomenal is magical. It's maybe just because we can't understand it in this realm, in this dimension, right? But everything is birthed from that unseen realm. So understand that, okay? So a person does not physically have to go to somebody else to get a spell, okay? When you go to someone else to get spells, yes, they are more powerful and they're more intense. They can be all of that, but you can also create spells on your own that can be also as powerful, okay? There is not any particular routine or any particular way that you have to do it, okay? It is a mindset, all right? So let me explain something to y'all. Mental black magic. If someone is constantly wishing harm on you, is constantly wishing bad thoughts on you, is constantly talking negative shit about you, and then they find somebody else and that other person joins in that, and somebody else join in, that is mental black magic, okay? If you are sitting plotting and being revengeful towards somebody, please understand that is also black magic, okay? If you sitting there and you burning a candle while you thinking about that person, now you practicing mental and candle magic. Okay, so please know you don't have to be a voodoo priest or a priestess to process this. Whenever you sit in and you giving someone your energy and you're projecting negative thoughts towards them, that's black magic. You can do it in the opposite direction, right? You can send white magic. So if you're sending someone a whole bunch of positive thoughts, right? If you're sending someone a whole bunch of negative, positive reinforcement, you're practicing white magic, right? So understand everything is mental. All right. This is why what you dish out, you get back. Please understand that. If you are over there doing something in harm to hurt somebody, and especially if that person is powerful in the spirit and they have up their blocks and it's reflecting back, you're going to get that shit 10 times full. So what I advise to you is this, right? Do not do anything revengeful when you're dealing with this stuff, okay? And especially if you're adding energy to it, okay? So if you're doing the candle magic, if you're doing chanting magic, like if you're doing any type of magic, you do not want to do anything where you're putting out anything negative towards anyone. I am a reflection of you. So whatever I do to you, I do to myself. Trust and believe that. Okay. So that's not to say that you have to be anybody else's doormat. That is not what I'm saying. All right. Because, yeah, you could protect yourself. There's shit that you can do. And let me give you all another tip. Okay. You're spelling the words that you say. Okay. The words that you write on paper, the words that you text, you're creating spells. That's why it's called spelling. All right. So make sure when you speak, your words have energy. Your words have vibration. Okay. Your words have sound. Okay. I spent a lot of money to become a professional recording engineer, thinking I was going to be up in the studios, only realized that I can't do that shit. That's not really what I want to do. But what I did gain knowledge of was how that energetically, how the sound, how music, how words go out and create frequencies. All right. So be mindful. All right. Let me give y'all a small example of how you practice magic every day and you don't even know this. If you sitting up with your girlfriends and y'all talking about men, and every time y'all have a conversation, you constantly spitting out, girl, ain't no good men out here. All these motherfuckers ain't worth shit. You've created a spell. So here on out, every man that you meet ain't no good man in him. All motherfuckers ain't worth shit. So guess what you mean? You mean all motherfuckers that ain't worth shit and ain't no good men. So that's what you're gonna meet. You have put out a spell and you've created that, right? So you want to speak shit into existence. I'm so thankful for all the good, wonderful men that I meet on a daily basis. I don't even know who to choose. Girl, they're just so much fine men out here, so much fine, good men out here. Speak some shit like that into the atmosphere. What you put out, you attract, okay? What you put out, you attract. You create your reality. Okay. Okay, you can spell it. I will use that for my uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And Sherry, I'm telling you, I got boys. And my boys have a lot, and that's the one thing, because I got boys, and and we're African American. So that in our culture, especially when it comes to the men, their voice is easily repressed, right? And the one thing I wanted to do as a mother was to teach my boys to express themselves. So Kelly will tell you, my boys are very expressive, very, very expressive, okay? Very expressive. I have an Aries that expresses himself only when necessary, but I got a Pisces that don't. Yeah, Pisces is going to let you know how he feel, honey, okay? Always. So it's important for us to let our children know their words have power, and what the thing I tell my kids, you use your words to build people up, not break them down, because when you build somebody up, you build yourself up. You're not responsible for nobody else's feelings. You're responsible for your feelings. You're responsible for your vibration, right? They're responsible for their feelings, right? You can't control what other people do or say, but you can control your spells. You can control and even the God spells. That's also all of those, y'all. All of that is magic. It's magical. It's magical. Okay. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. Speak love and power. That's what I do. And I listen to my sons. I'm not going to say that they get free reign, but I listen to them. And another thing that I do, I'm going to give y'all a low key, and I know some parents out here may not agree with me. I allow my sons to curse within reason. So they can curse while they're expressing themselves within reason. They just can't go in and curse teachers out or curse grown folks out. But if we're in the house setting and they're expressing themselves, they can drop a shit bomb. Because I'm going to tell you, I know your ass is cursing in school among your friends, right? So, yeah, let me edit you and let's talk about that. How would you interpret the Wheel of Fortune? Oh, okay. So now, Dimples, good question. The Wheel of Fortune, it depends on which one, Dimples, because I have, let me see if I can find it in here. When you're interpreting cards, for me, I look at a few things. If I'm just going with the general interpretation of the Wheel of Fortune, right? Upright, it signifies good luck. It signifies a turning point. It signifies like life cycles, right? And then you want to pay attention to what is paired with, right? Like in this deck, this is the Wheel of Fortune. And Dimples, if you can look at this deck in the Wheel of Fortune, she has pentacles, she has the swords, the cups, and the wands, right? She also has butterflies. And to me, butterflies signifies transformation. There's also a green dress, which signifies the heart chakra. And the heart chakra, Dimples, is your true compass. This is how you manifest things into this third dimensional realm. But just all around, just a basic definition for the Wheel of Fortune, I would interpret it as a turning point, a life change. This is major change, life change in your life for the good, for the better. When it's reversed like this is external first. When it's in reverse, this is external forces maybe coming in, or this could be or just a lot of bad luck, maybe feeling like nothing is happening, just a lot of negative things happening, a lot of negative energy surrounding you, okay? So always pay attention to, hey, how are you, my love? Ajanda, I be fucking people name up, I'm gonna have to call you like a different, give people nicknames. So when you look at the cards, let me see if I can find a different Wheel of Fortune. So anybody that's interpreting the cards, right, you always want to look at Look at the pictures in the cards. It's going to give you a lot of information. You can go with the basic meaning, but you can also always get like a lot of details and symbols out of the cards. I'm going to show you the difference. Let's see if I can find my Wheel of Fortune in this thing. See, this is the Nine of Swords. This is my mental black magic card. Whenever this card pops up, this is what I reference for my mental black magic card. I'm looking for the Wheel of Fortune because I really want to show you the difference in how they look. That's the World card. No. Okay. Now, do you see this one? This one is different because this one, which really, this has like the equinox and all of that. Like if you're looking at, there's so much symbolisms in this. This one, you have the zodiacs here, you have the snake, you have the chariot. So this one has a lot of symbology also. So if you start to look at all of this, you can see that there's so many different meanings in here. They got the angels, they got the eagle, they got the devil, Capricorn energy, you got Scorpio energy. Yeah. So always pay attention to the pictures. The pictures are going to tell you things, but the basic meaning is turning point, as well as in the reverse, it means negative energy. The Magician card for me, the same thing. Pay attention to the pictures. It can give you a lot of information, but the basic meaning and my interpretation for the Magician is you being able to wield all of your powers and tapping into your resource, being resourceful. When it's in reverse to me, that means that you're using your power to either be manipulative or you're interacting with manipulative energy, or it may be poor timing or poor planning, so that's what those cards represents to me. But you always want to take a look at the pictures when you're interpreting things, because the pictures, something will jump out to you that can give you more interpretation of the card. Okay, let me see that I missed something. Okay. Oh, and the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands initially means victory and confidence, right? And it's interesting because six to me, I always think about balance and harmony. Okay. So Six of Wands, I like that card. The Six of Wands is a powerful card. It means that you're bringing balance and harmony. That's victory. That's confidence. All right. Now, you need to be able to pay attention to one's energy is fire energy. That's a lot of passion. That's a lot of intense energy. It's also intuitive energy. And it's also energy that takes movement forward. Okay. Capricorn mom, Libra with Aries, twin Sagittarius. Lord, pray for me. Yes, I can speak. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, that's great. From the form of expression. Okay. All right. So, what time is it? Oh, okay, guys. I got a few minutes. I was about to I got to go get the little wizard. So initially, we were talking about, I was giving an example about the Taurus. That's a messy situation, and it's a messy situation because it stems back from Mr. Taurus. Mr. Taurus does not know who he is. Mr. Taurus does not know what love is. So Mr. Taurus is also codependent because he has not taken the time to do so, to do the work. So every relationship that he's linked to, right, also becomes something that's dysfunctional at the moment because he's not doing the work. So I want you guys to pay attention to this when you meet people, okay? It's going to be very important, okay? Oh, thank you, Dimples. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Just trying to use the change of okay. So I need you guys to pay attention to that. In relationships, if you do not know who you are, it is easy for you to get lost. It is easy for you to allow somebody else's insecurities to chip away at you and your own confidence. Okay, someone can take something that you may not be so confident about, and instead of helping you to build that up within you, they can take it and use it to break you down. And if you do not know who you are and what you're bringing to the table, and you don't know your worth, that is something that can sneak up on you. I'm telling you guys this because I got married. I was very happy when I got married, but I didn't know that there was still some things in me, from childhood, from my dad growing up. There was still still things in me that needed healing that I didn't know. And because he was also broken and damaged, he took those things and used them, and chipped away at me. And before I knew it, I was in an emotionally abusive relationship, and then I did not realize it. I don't think I could admit that to myself until after I left the relationship. It did not dawn on me that I was in an emotionally abusive relationship until after I left, right? And there's signs when you're in an emotional abusive relationship, and we could probably talk about that tomorrow. There's signs when when you're in an emotionally abusive relationship. Like one of the signs is a silent treatment. Okay, you give someone the silent treatment, um, or you don't give compliments, or you always finding ways to tell that person how they can look better, be better, you're always chipping away at that person's, confidence. There's, another way to know that you're also in an abusive relationship. If this person tries to isolate you, from your friends and from your family, and they just want you to hang around their friends, their family, and they don't want you to interact with any of your social, your social people, or your crew. Pay attention to that also. Okay, that can be a red flag. Spell, guess, and wrong truth. Okay, no worries. I decided to check. Okay. Oh, the twins are on today. Oh no, Nana's not here. Kimberly, is it you and Nana that are twins? Like I think David said that he was a Pisces, and David's birthday is coming up on March 4th. So, major shout out to all the Pisces in the house. All right, so I'm gonna pull 2 cards for us guys, and then I gotta go pick up the little wizard. Okay, tomorrow. So it's Nana. Okay? So it is Nana. Okay, all right. You guys have any topic that you want me to talk about tomorrow? Because tomorrow I was gonna talk about. What did I just say I was going to talk about tomorrow? Tomorrow we can talk about how signs that you're probably in a relationship, in an abusive relationship. Have any of you ever been in a relationship where you felt like you changed yourself to make that person feel comfortable and to make that person feel loved, and that was not returned or reciprocated? Right? Yeah. Yeah. So we can talk about that tomorrow. Okay. We'll talk about that tomorrow. March 7th. Hey, Dimples. Dimples is a Pisces. The one that just left. Okay, so we'll talk about that tomorrow. And I'm going to tell you why we're going to talk about that and why that's important. It's important. Oh, okay. The 22nd. Okay. All right. So you're on the 22nd, which means that you're coming in with that powerful new moon energy. Set some wonderful intentions for yourself, not just for your birthday on the 22nd, but within that new moon energy. Okay. You did for a while. We're going to talk about that tomorrow, guys, because that's important. If you do not know your love language, right? If you do not know your love language, if you do not know what you need and how you need to be loved, there are 5 different love languages. Okay. There is affection, quality time, gifts. What am I missing? Affection, quality time, gifts. Missing 2 more. I can't remember. Affection, quality time, gifts. I fucking can't remember, but we'll go over them. Sex. Trudy said sex. Trudy, I'm all for sex, Trudy. It's been a minute over here, girl. Preparing myself for the retrograde and the moon. Dimples, I gave a lot of information on that yesterday. So if you want to watch yesterday's live, that has a lot of information about the new moon and the Piscean energy. So you can check out yesterday's live, and I broke that energy down. Affirmation, thank you. And y'all are the best. Thank you. Affirmation and acts of services. Okay, words of affirmation. We're going to get into all of those tomorrow, guys. Okay, and why it's important for you to know your love language. All right, it's important for you to know your love language, and then you can start to understand how you're loved. Okay, and then you can start to communicate that to others. Let me pull these 2 cards. I gotta go get the little wizard. We're leaving with luck on our side today, guys. Okay, this is the energy that we're tapping into. This is the new moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius energy is very perceptive, so you want to use your perception for the rest of the day. Okay, all right. And we also have energy from the waxing moon that's saying this energy is gaining momentum. Luck is on your side and it's gaining momentum. Now, let me tell y'all something about how the energy that's gaining momentum work. Whatever you're putting your energy towards, that's what's gaining momentum. So if you're putting your energy towards negative shit, guess what? That's what's gaining momentum. If you're putting your energy towards positive shit, that's what's gaining momentum. Everything is mental, okay? Whatever you give energy to, your thoughts, okay? Your feelings, okay? Your words, okay? That is what's going to gain momentum. So remember that, okay, guys? All right, I got to run and get the wizard. I love you guys. We'll be back here tomorrow for Relationship Chronicles, and we're going to talk about your love languages and why we have felt like we've given of ourselves and felt like we have not gotten it back, okay? And how we can rectify that moving into our next relationships and rectify it in our current relationships, okay, loves? Bye.